On just a brilliant and starry night here in the desert Southwest, the roof is open, and it's time for football at State Farm Stadium here in the Phoenix suburb of Glendale. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for James Conner. A strong running. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head, his head coach and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. Touchdown, Cardinals! Marvin Harrison Jr., 43 yards. And the Cardinals need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Ravens. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing now is Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Out of the gun, here's Murray.
Oh, come on.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Flush to his right. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Down to the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 54 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. To throw is Murray. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride, 59 yards. And the Cards are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point good by Prater. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. A first down carry for Henry. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll work down inside the 45. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. Running left, it's Henry. And he spins through. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. In motion, Aguilar. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. This is 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Buying time to his left. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Tucker's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Murray now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now from Murray. Dancing to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Here's Murray. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Murray now. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw is Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker now to add the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey McBride in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Prater for the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Henry again on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 47 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Running right on the option is Murray. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation, because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from pretty quickly if they're deep.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from the 20. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. DJ Dallas now to return.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a...
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Washington to the Rams. Remember? Yeah.
They can't stop us.
A full house expected here tonight, over 70,000, and the fans still filing into Mercedes-Benz Stadium just west of downtown Atlanta. The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First carry here for Ken Walker. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7. Geno now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Smith here, an audible at the line. They'll run on third down with Charbonnet. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They snap it to Smith. That's to his running. Walker hit and the ball is out. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was 4th down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player. But fortunately, they will have enough to keep the first down. Now Gino. No, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Now it's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Here's Smith. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A great play by Derek Hall to drop him behind the line of scrimmage. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To the air, Penix. Forced out to his left. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. Now Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
No score after one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing now is Geno. That completes it again to Metcalf. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Back to throw, Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Smith throwing again. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, 70 yards. distance. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
To throw is Smith.
He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Darnell Mooney.
68 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, and that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 46 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Ray McLeod. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And now off to the races down the right side. He's inside the 20. And oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Smith. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Throwing again is Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. Myers connects on the PAT, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Looking there for Pitts.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The final shot here before break. Smith. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A first carry for Tyler Algier.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Algier now up the middle.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And looking to throw, Penix. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Penix. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
On the bootleg, it's Penix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Back now in Atlanta. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Smith.
That is caught.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Geno now to throw.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one goes for 30 yards. They'll fake it. Now Smith.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A quick throw out to Lockett.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
Let's go.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
A play fake. Now Penix. Being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. Down the right sideline. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Smith. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Now it's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
On fourth down, Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Here's first and 10. Moore, the man in motion. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. To the air, Penix. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on third down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this first down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes them.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Off play action. Here's Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. This is 1st and 10. Here's Smith.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Smith. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Smith's going to throw it.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game.
Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag, no better feeling for the team running the football.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for, because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stage.
Who we playing with?
They cannot hold us down.
Playing 2v2s, chat.
Oh, out of my way. All day. I'm here all day.
Be right back, chat.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. They'll go play action with Nix. This one complete to Burton. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
In motion, the tight end. Here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Throwing Nix. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive.
Let's go. Easy dub. Who you want to be? Ravens?
Let's go, baby. All day.
Ravens?
That's it, baby. We're gonna work. Come on now, let's go.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And some room to roam now. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now it's Jackson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Steps away to his left. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Now Goff. Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Now a 2nd and 6.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw is Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here we go on 4th. Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
From the gun, here's Goff.
Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Goff throwing again. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, Goff. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5.
They go play action with Jackson. Buying time to his left.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll try the right side with Henry. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
To throw is Jackson.
Dancing to his left. They set up the screen for Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back. Give the defense credit for not giving up any yardage.
3rd down and 1.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
They'll run it again with Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and goal from the 6.
They'll try and run for it with Henry.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Henry out of the pistol. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. Jackson now off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry from 6 yards away.
And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Goff now looking to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. The 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit.
Tucker's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now 2nd and 9.
Now it's Goff.
That is caught by Laporta. Look at the big fella go.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Sam Laporta.
69 yards.
And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 57 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll give Henry another shot. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run. It's Henry. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. The big back Derrick Henry held out of the end zone. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Another run for Gibbs here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Goff. That is caught. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Steps away. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Goff. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Kyle Hamilton picks it. So that a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
Throwing is Jackson.
Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Inside handoff, Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now it's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Goff. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute.
Let's go. Chat, I will be back later.